Everyone. Okay, so the topic today is we're going to talk about which English, which variety or varieties, and whose English. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you the video about different accents, okay? And after that, I'm going to ask you to form a group, and then we're going to discuss some of the questions that I'm going to give you later. Okay, are you ready?
Yes!
Are you hungry?
Yes!
That's a different question. Okay, let's see.
My name is Ellen Walker. I'm 25 years old and I was born in London, England. I'm Walker. I'm 25 years old and I was born in London, Ireland. Yes, hello. My name is Ellen Walker. I'm 25 years old and I was born in London, England. That's good. My name is Ellen Walker and I was born in Dublin, Ireland. Hi, I'm Ellen Walker. I'm 25. I was born in Belfast, Northern Ireland. Christian Scotch, and walking on me, walking like a strawberry, comes in the lead 10 with a chocolate. Bonjour, my name is Ellen Walker and I'm from Italy. Guten Tag, my name is Amy Walker. I'm 25 years old and I was born in Berlin, in Germany. Hello, my name is Amy Walker. I was born in Prague, which is called Prague, in Czech Republic. Hello, my name is Amy Walker and I'm from Warsaw, in Russia. Bonjour, je m'appelle Amy Walker. Je reste en Allemagne in Paris, en France. Hi, I'm Amy Walker. I'm 25. I was born in Sydney, Australia. I'm Amy Walker. I'm 27. 25. I was born and born in New Zealand. I'm Amy Walker. I'm sure it was a nice one. I always go to Australia. Hi, I'm Amy Walker. I'm 25 years old and I'm born in Texas. Hello, I'm Amy Walker. I'm 25 and I was born in California, LA. Hello, I'm Amy Walker. I'm 25 and I was born in Seattle, Washington. Hello, I'm Amy Walker. I'm 25 years old and I was born in Toronto, Canada. What? Of course I'm doing a thing. Sorry. I'm Amy Walker. I'm 25 and I'm born in Brooklyn. Hi there, my name is Amy Walker. I'm 25 years old and I'm born in Charleston, South Carolina. Hello there, my name is Amy Walker and I'm an actress and a writer and a singer and a dancer. I'm a dancer today, give an example of the transatlantic accent. I was traveling in 1945. So this computer dialogue program for this evening. We do hope you enjoy myself as much as I can. Thank you and good night.
So, is that surprising? 21 accents.
Yes.
Do you know how many accents are there? Do you think how many accents are there? 21. It's possible. It's possible. This is surprising, isn't it? Amy chose you 25 accents. Okay. So I really would like to know, from your experience, and now you are studying English as major, which varieties of English, whose English, which English that you are studying? Okay, so I would like you to form a group of 5 or 6, okay, and then you have a secretary to note down what you are discussing with your group, and then you're going to meet one representative to report the results to your class, okay?
Which variety of varieties are you listening like now? So do you know what we think that they
Books cover.
นเป็นการบอกเขาไม่ได้บอกก่อนตอนประปิดอาจารย์บอกอันไหนเป็นไม่แยกยังไงเขาไม่บอกมันยังไม่ได้มันยังไม่ค่อยได้คนนะใช่ไหมว่า
Are you from the same school or Mathayom school?
But we have the same attitude.
Yes. So what's that? Are you from America? No.
Root, root 66. We're not gonna say loud 66. So
Yes. Why? Because it's easier to communicate.
Yes.
Okay.
also America is also a big city.
Alright, number 5. Which variety or varieties are the most appropriate for your country? Why? Because it's easy to understand. Yeah, and the vocab is like easy to write. And number 6. Do you think that some varieties are more fun, useful, interesting to learn? American, no, both.
No, I don't think that are not fun, but they both are useful and interesting to learn.
Because our country that female teachers made us not familiar with this variety. Is something that new for new as was the speak New
Okay, for my group discussion, the first question is which variety or varieties of English do you learn at school university? We are studying American. And how do you know? Because teachers always mention that we according to American books or courses or something like that. Which variety do you like the most? And like this, I like British, and the least I think American. Which variety would you like to learn in the future? Why? I want to learn British because it's when people speak, I think it's look elegant, and for me it's like challenge. It's like every people can speak American, but to study British accent is very hard to be like that. Which variety or varieties are the most appropriate for your country? In my country, I think it's American because I think many people come from Americans, USA, and in USA, and we can see many people from that, and it's really standard for here in Thailand. And do you think that some variety are more fun, useful, interesting to learn? I think Australian is interesting also because it's quite hard to. Some people say it's easy to understand, and some people say it's hard. So I think it's interesting to be part of that, and then we can know this is like that. And it's really unique here. It's not, we can't see many people speak Australian accents. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
In my group, variety of English I study in university and also at school. It is undeniable that we study like a mixed variety because we have no choice to choose the book. It depends on the teacher and the school and also the curriculum. And so in some periods of time we study British, in some period of time we study American. So it's just we study like mixed English. But also the teacher said the word and vocabulary and we can understand, and sometimes we use words from American and English interchangeably. Right now we are studying American accent. We can observe by the vocabularies. For example, the word we said route. We don't say the word route because we are always speaking like route 66. We're not gonna say route 66. Right? Yeah. And also, on the other hand, we can observe by the spelling. We spell the word color like COLOR. We don't spell COLOUR. So the pronunciation is one thing that we can observe. We are now studying American accent. In my group, we prefer to study American accent because I just feel like many Thai students and also many people in Thai are more likely to be familiar with American accent because it is hard. It is easy to understand and easy to pronounce, easy to follow. For example, the word we said water. We actually hear this word water. We barely hear the word water. And we will continuously study American accent because I just feel like it will make us go further in terms of work and study. And I think American accent can be improved if we practice as much as we can. So, and in my group, we discussed we will go to American in the future to study and work. In my group, we discussed American accents are more appropriate than English British accent because, like I said, like I mentioned previously, American accent is more understandable. People can follow easily, and the way American accent pronounced is not so hard. And many Thai people can speak American better than British because of the intonation and the rhythm and also the stress. Also, like I would say Thai people are more familiar with. And I have come to the last question. It is interesting and useful for our lives when we study a variety of English. It is not only language that we learn, but also the unique culture. And in these terms, I strongly say that American accent is more useful for us as an English major student. In the future, we will work with a lot of different foreigners from different countries. So it is possible that we will be successful in our future career because many people around the world tend to be familiar with American accent. So I have come to the conclusion that our groups prefer to study American accent than British accent. Thank you.
For our group discussion, which variety or varieties of English did you learn at school or university? Is American and England. And which variety or varieties are you learning right now? How do you know? We think it is American because most foreign teachers are Americans and their accent to teach to students is easy to listen and understand. Which variety or varieties do you like the most and like the least? The variety that we like the most is American accent because we used to it since we were a child, and the variety that we like the least is French because it is hard to understand and to listen. The sound is very different from accent that we get used to it right now. Which variety would you like to learn in the future and why? It is Australia because in our country, as everyone knows, in our country there are very few Australian teachers, so it made us not familiar with this accent. And it's very new for Thai students to speak Australian accent. Which variety are the most appropriate for your country and why? It is British because it is easy to learn and they speak slower than American people, and so it makes us understand it more clear than other accents. At last, do you think that some varieties are more fun, useful, and interesting to learn? We think it is British because we barely knew about it because we learn mostly about Americans, and British accent is very unique and it sounds very beautiful. Thank you.
As we discussed in the group, and the first question is, which variety or varieties of English do you learn at school or university? We think that at school we learn American and British variety but really we study from like Oxford book which come from London. So it means that we have been studying like from Britain, something like that. And in the university, we study both because we cannot choose the teacher. But like we prefer American because it's easier to understand. And the second question is, which variety or varieties are you learning right now, and how do you know? Well, American teachers, like it's easier to understand American teacher, and it's kind of hard for me sometimes to understand British teacher because the way they pronounce the word is different. For example, the word that they write on the board is different too. For example, the word center. Like, if you know that, if you write the word center, C-E-N-T-R-E, it came from Britain. But if you write C-E-N-T-E-R, it means come from America. And yeah, and let's move on to the third question. Which writing or varieties do you like the most and do you like at least? I like American accent the most because it's easy to understand, it's easy to write, and the accent that I like at least is Indian accent. You know what? Like, it's so hard for me to understand them. Sometimes I just have to say, excuse me, what did you say? I know that is rude, but you know, when they speak, that tongue is like, they speak so fast and it's so hard for me to understand. And question number 4, which writing would you like to learn in the future and why? Yeah, American of course, because it's easy to communicate with people around the world. It's easy to communicate with the teacher in the class. And in the future, like, we are planning to study in America too, because it's like, you know, it's a big country and there's so many variety of courses to study. And number 5, which writing or varieties are the most appropriate for your country? Why? I have to say American accent again because, you know, it's easy to understand and some word is easy to write and pronounce. And here's come to the last question, question number 6. Do you think that some varieties are more fun, useful, interesting to learn? I have to say American accent, of course, because it's, you know, easy to understand. Like, for example, when Indian people speak, it sounds funny and it's hard to understand. So that's why we prefer learning American accent. Why not British accent? Because sometimes some word is just too hard to pronounce. For example, the word better. English people pronounce better, but American people pronounce better. Like, this is better. For me, it's easier to understand. And the word a bit. Like, you know, a bit. It's like, oh my gosh.
No, I don't think British people said the word better.
Really? But that's what I have heard. British people said better. Yeah, it's like sound like stronger. So that's what we have discussed today. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you very much for your ideas, okay? And it seems that in our class we prefer which English?
American.
Yeah, you prefer American English. When I was younger, I also prefer American English. But if you ask me which English you are teaching, I'm gonna say that I'm teaching you Thai English. I think that like you say, it also depends on the book that we use. When I was younger, I think I studied with American English, but sometimes when I use the spelling, I use British English. So nowadays, when as a teacher, if I ask myself what kind of English I'm teaching you, I'm going to say that I'm like 100% say that I think I use Thai English, although it might not exist yet or something like that. Okay, and I like the idea of that group that it also about the culture. When you study language, you have to study about the culture as well. But as we know nowadays, the non-native speakers they are more of non-native speaker than native speaker. So if you prefer American English, you might have to hope that anybody who's gonna talk to you in American accent, so that you like 100% understanding. But I would like you to bear in mind that nowadays most people are not natives, and when you talk to them, they might not have the perfect American accent. They might have Thai accent like me. So the important thing for you is what? We discuss a lot in this class. Yeah, it's about culture. It's also about your intercultural competence. You have to be aware that you have to be patient if you don't understand anybody. If someone talks to you with the accent that you might find funny or not interesting or annoying, so you must to be patient enough in order to continue your conversation with them. And that is the essence of this class, that we study about the culture, not the nation. Talk about the culture, and we have to know about the culture not only for the native speaker, but you have to know about the culture of the people who you are talking to. Okay, so thank you very much for coming today, and that's it of our class today. Bye bye.